Here we have a 2023 Mercedes-Benz C43 AMG. Now this C43 4MATIC comes in selenite gray magno, and then we have cranberry red MB-Tex interior. And the powertrain on the C43 consists of a 3-liter twin-turbocharged V6 engine, and that's going to be mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. And this one just has a little under 9,000 miles on it, so still pretty new. Coming around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with LED daytime running lights. And love the look. Just looks great. And this matte gray here still has held up pretty nicely, even though it's pretty low slung and it's easy to get rock chips. But still looks fantastic. And as we come around to the side here, we do get these 19-inch aluminum wheels. And again, can't say enough about the selenite gray magno. It's just a fantastic look. Pretty much on all Mercedes-Benzes. But to the door panel here, we do have memory seat function, and to do that, just hit that and then hold the setting you want to set it to. You have 3 options there. And then we do have a power headrest, power seat back, power seat bottom. Then we also get power thigh support as well. And then we get 4-way power lumbar, and the controls for that are right there. 3-stage heated front seats, and then power door lock controls there. 1-touch automatic up and down windows on both doors. And then power mirror controls are here. We can just pick a side and adjust using the dial. And then we do have power folding mirrors as well. And those have blind spot monitors on this one. But love the trim. Everything feels nice to the touch. Even the plastic part down here. With bottle holders here. And then we do get a power boot, so we can open and close that from the front. So you just tap it up and then hold it down to close it. Parking sensors toggles here. And then seatbelt tightener there. Headlamp controls, brightness for the gauge cluster, electronic parking brake, push in to engage, and then pull up to disengage. And we do have a power tilt telescope steering wheel. Sorry about the wind, but here we'll pop the hood for later. And again, love this cranberry red, just a fantastic look in my opinion. But to get to this back seat, if you ever want to, just pull that up there, and it'll power push itself. And then that's the space you have. 2 cup holders here, AC vents there. And then down here we do have a little ashtray and a 12 volt. So then I fold that back and then it'll just go back into place there. But let's make our way towards the back, pull up on that. So there's a trunk space there. Pretty good size, honestly, for this kind of vehicle. And I like the netted pocket on the side there. We can push that up and down, whether we want to do it on one side or both sides. Then we can hang a couple bags here. And then if you want to fold that rear seat down, pull up right there. And there's the view of the back end. We do get the LED tail lamps. I love that exhaust. Quick look underneath the vehicle. But going around to the right side here, fuel caps there. Of course, 91 is minimum octane rating. And then coming to the front passenger side, I'm just gonna lift that up and show you all how the seat folds down. When you pull that, that'll fold flat and you can run longer objects from the back to the front. And you do get 2 top tethers up there. And then your anchors are hidden right behind there. But here are the controls for the front passenger seat. You do get memory for that as well, so just hold. Again, you can set that. And there we have our power lumbar support for the front passenger seat. Lockable glove compartment. Pretty good size storage in the glove compartment. Well, let's come back around to the front and look underneath the hood. And it's mostly covered up, but there's that 3-liter bi-turbo V6. Now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So I love the Alcantara leather combo here, especially with that flat bottom look. It looks fantastic. Can't wait to put it to the test when we go on the test drive. But I'm gonna cut the fan speed down here, and then home page. Before I get to the actual radio, these are your controls here. So you can use the knob there, and then volume controls are there. So you can toggle up, click for mute, and then basically power the system down, click that. And then you can toggle the volume down that way. Exhaust, you can toggle that sport exhaust, and then auto stop, parking camera here, and then traction control, suspension. We have 2 settings there, whether you want comfort, sport, or sport plus, and then you can put it in the manual mode by hitting that button there. And then all of your drive modes, it'll show you individual, slippery, and then we have comfort, sport, sport plus. But back to the actual system, you can use the knob because we don't have touchscreen, but we do get AM and FM radio. So to do that, you can go through your radio source setting there, XM, and then you can set your presets there, go through them. So it's a different system, but I do like, once you get used to it, it's pretty simple to use. And of course, with the Burmester Sound System, you can get very in-depth here, and the sound is incredible, especially in, I guess, a smaller cabin. You really get that in-your-face sound, which is something that I particularly enjoy quite a bit. And then we also have Bluetooth audio here. And then you can use USB SD card reader as well. And then of course you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. And then to connect the phone is pretty easy to do. Just connect a new device and search from your device, and then that way you can just find it there. And then vehicle settings are in here, so you can toggle your individual configurations, driver assistance, and there's consumption there. And then we do get ambient lighting, so you can change the color and all that there. Daytime running lights, you can toggle those. Of course, with it being a Benz, there's a bunch of stuff that you can do that you wouldn't really think about. And then time and date, go through that there. Language, go through that there. Several different options for that as well. And then your units, you can toggle that between kilometers and miles. There's the backup camera there. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. Then you have that 360 view as well. And then AC vents are here. You do get dual zone automatic climate control, so you can toggle the auto mode there, and then turn the auto mode off. You just adjust the fan speed, and you can just toggle that up to 7. So seven different settings, then you can turn it all the way off just by toggling all the way down. And then you can control fan direction here. So a ton of options there. And then you have your defrosters here. You can sync and unsync there, and then click that, and you can actually pull up your climate overview there. Now this one doesn't have navigation, so when you hit the navigation button, it doesn't do anything, but radio will take you back to that radio, media will take you to that, and then hit that telephone button and you can pull up all of that as well. Sorry if there's a glare. And then that'll pull up your vehicle settings. Hazards here. Now I do like that we get a wireless charging pad, a USB-A port. Cup holders are here. Then you can use that as an ashtray if you want. And then we can stow all of this. And then center console space, pretty good size. And then the SD card reader and 2 USB-A ports are there. And there's a quick look at the back seat from up here. And that's the sunshade there. And I can just slide that back. I like that it goes back relatively quickly. And then I can one touch slide that as well. So of course, with this being a coupe, it's not gonna go all the way back, but I like that it does that. And then we have all of our lights and such here. Sunglass holder. And then back to the steering wheel, we have our windshield wiper controls here. So those are intermittent, then we have low, high, and then we can click that for the front wiper fluid, blinkers. And then when the lights are on, high beams, flash there. And then to the right side, we have our shifter. So pull down for drive, pull all the way up for reverse, and then tap down for neutral, press P for park. Paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. And then to the left side, we can use this to go through all of our settings here. So there's a lot that you can do in the digital gauge cluster. So those settings are available to you. You can hit this home page, and then you have several different views that you can toggle there. So it's pretty neat. So whatever you want to look at, and then tire pressure sensors are there. Trip meter here. And then when navigation is equipped, you have that. And then you can also pull up your media, phone. And then I like this, you can change your design from sport to classic. And then you can change the super sport. So I like the super sport, but sport's probably my favorite because I can also go over here and toggle what's on that right dial. So I love that. And then cruise controls are here, on, off. We can set there, cancel, resume. And then over here, you can use these buttons for the actual radio. So I can use this kind of fingerprint sensor looking thing to go through everything. And then back button as well. And then volume controls here. And then Bluetooth controls are there. And then I have a voice recognition button and a favorites button. I can set that up however I want to. But here's the push button start. Finally, here are the key fobs. There's the back there. And now to the fun part. Let's go ahead and take this 2023 Mercedes-Benz C43 AMG out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in the C43, certainly no slouch, even with the V6 engine. It's no C63, but this thing is pretty quick. And I'm gonna give it some power coming out of this corner here. Love the sound. And very linear power curve. It doesn't feel like it's getting away from me or anything, but it feels very nice, very natural. But we'll give it some throttle here as well. Love the sound, gosh. And what's crazy is it doesn't feel like you're really going that fast, but this thing is scooting, it really is. So I'm shifting like 2 or 3 gears and I'm already at the speed limit getting on the interstate. It's fantastic. Now with this being a more sport-tuned vehicle, I have the sport suspension on now, but if I take it off and go into the comfort mode, it really mellows out. I can still feel the road in the steering wheel, but other than that, in comfort mode, it's pretty spectacular. Now I wish I could pull up the fuel economy numbers. I wasn't expecting to do that, but so there it's showing me right there, I'm getting about 35 miles per gallon. And then it's starting to max out as I hit the brake just because I'm coasting here. But I'm averaging 6 miles per gallon right now, but I was sitting probably for about 20 minutes with the car just idling. So pretty impressive, especially after giving it 2 pedal down throttles all the way down. So I mean, very impressive. And just an overall fun car to drive. I'm gonna put it in manual mode. Very responsive. it's very, very quick while also listening exactly when I tell it to shift. Again, it doesn't necessarily feel as fast. Of course, with this having an all-wheel drive system, you're not getting a pull from either the front end or the back end, but it's just, that speedometer, the numbers are just ticking up so fast. So very impressed there. But I'm gonna put it into the comfort mode, and we're just gonna have that more balanced exhaust sound. The suspension's gonna be a little less stiff. Now, it doesn't all of a sudden turn into S-Class mode, but it's a lot less stiff than when you're in Sport Plus. But overall, I like what you get with this package. I would have a few more options. I wish I had cooled seats. I love having the Burmester Sound System though. One of the better, probably one of the best sound systems out there, honestly. And then I would probably want the navigation, but I wouldn't need it. But honestly, what makes a C43 such a great option, in my opinion, is if you don't want to get the C63 twin turbo V8 and be burning all that gas, and you don't necessarily need to have insane power, this is a good option where you're quick, extremely quick. But sitting here like idling, or I should say cruising here, I'm getting 30 miles per gallon. So just an impressive, I guess, kind of mid-range vehicle. I'm gonna take it out of manual mode now. And this is really where it shines, is having the 9-speed automatic, specifically on the highway. You can have the engine pretty much at its starting point, like almost at an idle. That's how low you can have the revs, and then you could be maximizing your fuel efficiency as well. But definitely love the car from a performance aspect, the looks, and it's just a super fun car to drive. But this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2023 Mercedes-Benz C43 AMG Coupe.